The direction changes. The strength is the same. You have heard your name thousands of times, but have you ever wondered who introduced you to yourself? Every one of us lives inside a story about who we believe we are. The strange part is that most of us never wrote the first chapter. Someone else did. A parent, a teacher, a friend. One moment, one sentence, one look. Piece by piece, the story grew. Until one day, we stopped calling it a story. We started calling it me. Long before you understood the world was teaching you who you were. Sometimes through love, sometimes through fear, through encouragement, through rejection, through kindness, through humiliation. One moment became one sentence. One sentence became one belief. One belief became one identity. Imagine a little girl standing in class. She knows the answer, but she stays silent. Years ago, she answered once. The class laughed. Everyone forgot, except her. One moment became one belief. I'm not good enough. Years later, she is still protecting that story. Now imagine another child. Every time he tries, someone says, "You always find a way." Years later, life becomes difficult. He keeps searching, not because life is easier, but because deep inside he believes, I am someone who finds a way. The same world, different stories, different lives. If identity is built by stories, can those stories be rewritten? Most people believe the past is only memory, but the past is meaning. Two people can live through the same event and build completely different lives, not because the event was different, because the meaning was different. A failure can become proof that you should stop, or it can become proof that you are growing. A rejection can become proof that you are not enough, or the beginning of discovering your true worth. The event does not shape your future. The story you build around it does. That is why so many people change their habits, yet never change their lives. Because behavior always grows from identity. For years we ask, what should I do? While a deeper question waits quietly inside us. What story am I living? We protect our identity, not because it is true, but because it feels familiar. The human mind can adapt to almost anything, even pain, even fear, even a life it never wanted. That same ability that helped you survive can also help you build a new life. The direction changes. The strength is the same. You are not trapped because you are weak. You are trapped because you became very good at surviving a story that no longer belongs to you. Real freedom does not begin when your past disappears. It begins when your past is no longer the author of your future. You cannot change what happened, but you can change what it means. And when the meaning changes, the story changes. When the story changes, identity begins to change. Not overnight, but through one choice, one promise kept to yourself, one small step repeated again and again. Little by little, the old story loses its power. Not because you fought it, but because you stopped believing it was the only story you could live. The person you have been searching for has been there all along, waiting behind every story that was never truly yours. So before you ask, what should I do tomorrow? Ask a deeper question. What story will I choose to believe today? Because every choice writes another sentence. Every day writes another page. And page by page, you discover that you were never just the reader of your story. You have always been its author. The strength was never lost. Only its direction needed to change. That is where a new life begins. See you in the next episode.